Ukraine reports more strikes in Kherson as gun battles break out in the city. The pressure on Russian forces in southern Ukraine deepened over the weekend as Ukrainian forces conducted strikes on Russian military strongholds, targeted sites used by local officials loyal to the Kremlin, and continued to hit the supply lines for thousands of Russian soldiers on the western bank of the Dnieper River. A missile strike in the Russian-controlled southern Ukrainian city of Kherson leveled a cotton mill that was used as a Russian base. Ukrainian officials said on Sunday, after taking credit for an attack on a courthouse downtown that served as a headquarters for the Kremlin-backed military administration. Another challenge to Russia's claim that it has full control of the security situation in the city came late Saturday when a firefight broke out in the streets of the city and continued overnight. According to video released by Russian military bloggers, Kherson remains the only regional capital in Ukraine captured by Moscow since the invasion. It was unclear who was involved in the fighting. Local Russian authorities spoke of a raid targeting Ukrainian guerrilla fighters. The Ukrainian military's southern command on Sunday night accused the Russians in Kherson City of staging the street fights in order to be able to claim Ukrainian forces were endangering civilians. Mikhailo Podolyak, a top advisor to the Ukrainian president, said that the firefight was an internal struggle between Russians looking to divide the loot before they flee. Ukraine has been pushing a counteroffensive in the south for weeks, trying to wear down Russian fighters and force their surrender or retreat. But unlike in the northeast, where the Russian lines were thinly spread and quickly overwhelmed by Ukraine's lightning assault, Russian forces in the south have spent weeks preparing for an unexpected Ukrainian advance and have fortified their positions. The city of Kherson and the surrounding region are the only land held Russia west of the Dnipro. Ukraine has been blowing up Russian ammunition dumps and command posts and hitting river crossings and supply lines with precision missile strikes, seeking to isolate the estimated 25,000 Russians on the Dnipro's west bank. The Ukrainian Military Intelligence Agency said that 4 explosions that destroyed the mill on Saturday were the result of the effective action on the part of Ukraine's defense forces. Serhiy Klan, a regional legislator, said Ukrainian forces were also responsible for the strike on the courthouse, which he said took place on Friday as Kremlin-approved local leaders were meeting. Ukrainian forces have disabled all the crossings over the Dnipro, so the Russians have been relying on hastily built pontoons to move supplies back and forth. On Saturday night, the Ukrainian military high command said that Russians had sunk 9 rail wagons in the Dnipro in an attempt to make a crossing that would allow its forces to retreat. As Ukraine seeks to degrade the Russians' combat capabilities, officials say their ground forces are making slow and hard-fought gains and advancing steadily on the city of Kherson from several directions. The Ukrainian military has restricted access to frontline positions, making it hard to independently assess the state of the offensive. But satellite images suggested that Russian forces had abandoned their positions in the village of Keslivka, less than 20 miles from the regional capital, appearing to confirm accounts from Russian military bloggers. It is unclear if Ukrainian forces have control of the village, and it has been fought over in the past. On Sunday, Ukrainian officials announced that the small village of Veskopilia had been retaken. Only 270 residents remained from nearly 4,000 before the war, and 80% of the homes in the village had been destroyed, according to the Kherson Regional Press Office.